talking about gloves and or chalk on your hands. As you can see, Rob likes to use chalk. And then the third one that's usually probably overlooked is the purpose of having a spotter and lifting with assistance. So first tip is going to be on this. I like to use clamps, even if I'm using 145 or one plate on the bar, to keep it even, to keep everything nice and tight. That way the weight's not rattling. You want to always try to keep everything closest to the center as you can. And it's for safety, because you never know, you might get a cramp, if you might hit the bar coming up and the weight might not even. So even if it's one plate, I highly urge you to use clamps. You can go online to places like Leroy. You can pick up some pull-lock collars like these, or just any 24-hour, any gym that you have to get some type of collar. So I strongly advise on all your listeners to use collars or clamps. So let's go ahead and just take this like this. I like these because it's nice and easy. You just put it on, lock it, nice and secure. Now the weight's not rattling nowhere. Okay, tip number two. Tip number two is something I get asked about all the time, is the use of gloves. I like to use gloves during my workout because we do so much bench work, there's a lot of wear and tear on your hands. Now, even through the gloves, as you can see, you're still going to build up your natural calluses that you need to have a stronger grip. But I feel with the gloves, it's saving their hands, a little bit of wear and tear on your hands. You use all different types of gloves. I love these gloves. I get them at Costco, like $7 for a pack of 6. But most importantly, I like to, during the coming up in the flu season, winter time, you go to the gym, people get sick, they cough all the time. Think about it, someone coughs, hands go directly to the bar. So to avoid getting all those excess germs and whatnot, just get a good pair of gloves that you like, keep the fingertips on them. It cuts down on your sickness time during the winter, and your sickness time keeps you in the gym instead of out of the gym, losing weight and losing gain. If you're not particularly fond of gloves, another thing I suggest is to look at Rob, is have some type of chalk, something you can apply, whether it's powder chalk, whether it's liquid chalk. That way you're never losing your grip, because your grip is going to be key and instrumental when you're trying to grip it as much as you can and not have the weight slip, because all different bars are going to be different. Some bars are going to have a nice natural gripping area, some are going to have a little bit rougher, coarser area. It all depends on different bars, but you can control that by having gloves on hand or a chalk. Third tip, last tip we're going to talk about is the use of a spotter. I get a lot of criticism about having a spotter. I think a spotter is a great tool to have, especially as you get into the upper development of going with bigger, heavier weights. One, you need a spotter for safety. Two, it helps guide things. And just three, because you still, no matter what, a lot of emphasis is taken off nowadays, the negative of the weight. You need to learn how to be able to control the weight on its way down. So having a spotter necessarily help you up isn't a bad thing, because you're still able to control and get the negative out of the lift. I'm going to demonstrate with Rob. So all I like to do is make your arm grip on your hands. You want the spotter in sync. Some people like to use the 3 methods, the 1, 2, 3. I personally advise that you do everything on the 3rd breath. That way the lifter is able to get as much oxygen as they can prior to the lift, and it's easy to count the 3rd breath. Because when you talk, you're losing oxygen. Therefore, if you can just worry about counting your breaths, I'm able to keep count with my lifter, and my lifter is able to know on this 3rd breath that I'm going to be there with the nice spot. When you get the spot up, when you're lifting with assistance, it's not a bad thing to have your hands right here to somewhat guide it. And if you help it a little bit, it's not that bad of a thing in the gym, because it's going to translate to higher lifts and totals on the platform. So as you lift it up, I'm going to go on your 3rd breath. 1, 2, 3. You got the highest point. My hands are right here. I'm in a nice stable position, so I can come down with the bar. As he comes to his chest, I'm not helping him lift it. As he's going up, it's right there in case something happens. Now go ahead and wrap it. As you get into heavier weight, there's going to be times at the end of your workout you might be fatigued. It might have been a hard training session. You never know, your muscles could get out at any time. So that's another reason it's crucial and important to have a spotter there. And lastly, having a spotter there is going to help you, give you a little bit more sense of confidence to help you get some of that heavier weight that you might be scared to attempt on your own. So like I said, just being able to do a little bit heavier weight with a little bit of assistance over time is going to increase your overall total. Now, I'm not to say that having the hands on the bar is something you should do as far as counting your official, your max or whatever and whatnot at the gym, but it's going to help you gain the confidence and the overall strength you need to develop so you have more confidence when you get onto the platform. That way you can perform and execute bigger lifts, which lead to bigger totals and hopefully more records or more, trophies, whatever it is you're out there seeking. So that's my third tip of the week. Hope these are useful. If not, send us your feedback, your criticism, also send in what might not or may work for you. All right, thank you again. Have a great day. Live big, stay strong, make peace with the pain.